Anchor protocol will no longer give 19% APY. Now it will work in a dynamic way, giving more interest when the yield reserve is increasing and giving less interest when the yield reserve is decreasing. In this short video, we will explain how the system works and how it affects Anchor investors. First, why Anchor protocol will change the interest rates that they give to lenders? The answer is simple: the sustainability of the project. Anchor right now has far more lenders than borrowers. As we can see in this graph, the difference between the total deposited by lenders and the total borrowed by borrowers is only getting bigger. This means that the yield reserve is getting depleted. The project has survived till now because they are injecting capital all the time into the yield reserve so that they can pay back the lenders. But now someone came up with a potential solution for this problem. As you may know, Anchor protocol is governed by the people that own the Anchor token. These people can suggest for changes to be made in the protocol and they are voted in a poll. In this case, we have the dynamic earn rate. As you can see in the description, if this poll passes, a semi-dynamic earn rate will be implemented. And we can see that the poll has passed the threshold and there are more votes for yes than no. So what are exactly the changes that they will make to the interest paid to lenders? This proposal suggests to tie the earn rate to a measurement of change in the yield reserve over a period of time. If the yield reserve is growing, the earn rate could increase. But if the yield reserve is falling, as it is happening right now, the rate could decrease. So this proposal means that they will measure every month if the amount in the yield reserve has gone up and down, and what percentage. And based on that, they will increase or decrease the earn rate for the next month. However, they also included the maximum amount that the yield reserve can grow or decrease within 1 month, 1.5%. We have two key indicators. First, the amount of time in which we will measure if the yield reserve goes up or down. And then the second parameter has to do with the delta threshold. The delta threshold is 3%. This means that for any changes to be made in the earn rate, the yield reserve has to go up or down more than 3% in 1 month. If the yield reserve doesn't vary more than 3%, the earn rate in the next month will remain the same. So let's see an example. So for example, if the yield reserve increased by 5% in the period of 1 month, then we will have 5% minus 3% of the delta threshold. This will leave us with 2%, but because the maximum amount that it can vary is 1.5%, it will lower to that amount. Conversely, if it drops 5%, it will go down 1.5%. So basically, as a conclusion, this update in Anchor protocol would mean that if the yield reserve is going up, the earn rate will go up too. But if the yield reserve goes down, as it is happening right now, then the earn rate will decrease. This will make two things. First, that less investors will be interested in lending their USD in Anchor protocol because now they are giving less interest. And the second thing is that with this decrease in the earn rate, the yield reserve will take longer to consume, giving the project more sustainability and not having to depend on constant injections of capital to survive. If you want to know everything about Anchor protocol, check this video in which I'll review the project as a whole. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.